What's up, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome back to another. Yep. You knew what I was gonna. You knew what I was gonna say. Tarkir Dragonstorm standard video, and today we'll be summoning some goblins. El Goblino, as some would say. Goblins got a couple of new upgrades this set, and we're gonna explore that. But before we do, if you enjoy this type of content and you enjoy the videos on the channel, consider subscribing. If you're new here, I would really greatly appreciate that. We're approaching 20,000 subscribers. We're getting really close, and I can almost taste it. We're almost there. We can do this. So with all of that, this is Goblins. And what did Goblins gain from the new set? A couple of cards. We're playing two new cards from Tarkir Dragonstorm. The first one that I want to talk about is Stadium Headliner, which utilizes the new Mobilize mechanic. It's a 1-mana 1/1 goblin. It has Mobilize 1, so whenever you attack with it, you get a 1/1 tapped and attacking. The token is not a goblin, by the way. And then you can pay 2 to sacrifice this creature and deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. So the Goblins deck, as you can probably imagine, is very good at going wide. So this card will frequently just be 2 mana sacrifice terminate because you just have so much stuff in play. What's also really nice about this card specifically is that the ability on it happens to be an activated ability. And it works pretty well with Cauldron because now all of your small goblins, those pesky 1/1s that couldn't really do that much in the first place, can now be converted into a 2 mana removal spell. It's also especially good once you have Hordemaster in play, because if you have Headliner under Cauldron and you have a Hordemaster, every time you sack one of your goblins to kill one of their things, you then get to trigger the Hordemaster, flip a card, maybe hit a goblin, maybe get some more card advantage that way. But you kind of already wanted to play Cauldron in this deck anyways because of how busted Cauldron is with Krenko. We're playing a couple of Greasewrench Goblins to be able to discard Krenko and set up the combo with Cauldron. We're not making that a primary focus, though. And the one thing that I want to point out is I've seen a lot of people play Goblins, and they're playing like 4 Greasewrench, 3 to 4 Cauldron, and 4 Krenko, and like really leaning on the, well, I have to discard Krenko in order to make it good to put it under a Cauldron. The reality is you don't, because Howlsquad Heavy, a card from Aetherdrift, gives all of your other goblins haste. So if you play Howlsquad Heavy on turn 3 and then just play the Krenko on turn 4 for 4 mana, it has haste. So you don't have to wait the turn. That's the big issue with Krenko, is under normal circumstances, you have to play it and just sit there and cross your fingers. But now that you have Howlsquad Heavy, you don't mind just casting Krenko. It's actively good a lot of the time. So you don't really need to go deep on the Greasewrench Cauldron stuff. You play a little bit of it because having a small amount of it is good in the games where it's good, but you don't want to like draw 2 Greasewrenches or ever draw 2 Cauldrons. But enough about that. The other new card that we're playing today is Frontline Rush, which is a card that a lot of people had pegged as something good in Boros or Jeskai Convoke because it's 2 bodies, it's good with Knight Errant, it's good with just 2 bodies is good in Convoke. That's all I gotta say. The weird part about it in Convoke is you already want to be playing a good number of non-creatures, like Lethal Demolition, like Case of the Gateway Express, Sheltered by Ghost, Frostcliff Siege, and once you have all of these non-creature spells in your deck, your Knight Errants just don't have enough hits. So let's take Frontline Rush and put it in a deck where we can actually utilize the creature type on the tokens, because this makes goblins. So 2 mana instant speed for 2 goblins, that's not bad. If you have a lord in play, that's 4 power. If you have 2 lords in play, that's 6 power. And the ability to give a creature +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control, is absurd in this deck. It's really good with Burnout Bashtronaut, especially once you have max speed, because max speed, this thing has Double Strike and Menace. Double Strike Menace, pretty good with a +5 or a +6. If you've activated Krenko and you have 7 tokens in play, you get to a spot where just it doesn't matter how many blockers they have. If they let one single creature go through, they just die on the spot. And this deck utilizes both parts of Frontline Rush to the maximum extent. It is so good in this deck. I cannot explain to you how good it is. So that's it for the new cards. Going over the rest of it, we talked about Burnout pretty quickly, but this is the best one drop. Having Menace is huge. Mana Sink is huge because you get a ton of mana from Howlsquad Heavy. Cacophony Scamp, it's fine. It's another one drop. You're not super excited, but it's not the most embarrassing. 4 Torch the Tower, that's mandatory. Don't think I need to explain that. It's just, you got to kill a creature on turn 1. Engineer is kind of interesting, where it's, again, more stuff that's okay with Cauldron. It's an okay mana sink for heavy. It's not the best card, right? It's not the flashiest or the most efficient. But in a pinch, if you have this in play and you play Krenko and 1 additional mana, you can use this to give the Krenko haste. And then Bomber, just more lords. And again, mana sink, if you have a bunch of goblins in play and being able to give your whole team flying, that comes up from time to time. So keep that in mind. And then white, the splashing of white not only gives you Frontline Rush in the main, but also some fantastic sideboard cards like Rest in Peace, Sheltered by Ghosts, Destroy Evil, and Gobakhan specifically for sweepers. So you have this against Sunfall, this against Lockdown, this for Mono Red, and then this for the graveyard decks. 3 Barrage against Oculus, 3 Lynx against Domain, very clean sideboard. That's it. That's the deck. One last thing I will mention, you might notice we're not playing 4 Sunbillow Verge. That's because on turn 1, this only makes white mana, and I learned that the hard way. Anyways, thank you for watching the intro. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Chat, do not respond to Jose's question. But it's important. No, it's not important at all. Huh? Is that a hopeful vigil? Ayo? 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 Dude, I really want to get the speed this turn. I guess the speed just doesn't matter. If I send everything, their block is trade for engineer, trade here, put this here. If I just send these 2, they double block here, but take 1. It's just not worth it. Holy shit. I wonder if they're cooking with, what's the enchantment? The Invasion of Segovia? I wonder if they're cooking with that. Soulstone Sanctuary. I go to combat. I was gonna say, you better kill this Krenko or you are dead. It turns out they couldn't kill Krenko. Alright, I don't know what they're up to over there. I guess just some sort of Convoke deck, right? Vigil, Novice Inspector. I mean, these cards seem good. Cauldron maybe not ideal against them. I'm just gonna do this. I don't want Barrage. If I was at a club and this dude came up to me, I would run the other direction. I would be out of there. Stat. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not fucking with Krenko. It ain't happening. I have been thinking about trying to see if we could make a deck that has Invasion of Segovia and Elspeth. That was something I was thinking about the other day. Where it's like, Elspeth is a big non-creature payoff for Segovia. Could try doing that, maybe. I haven't necessarily thought about what that would look like, but
Pom-Pom-Chan. You've got a fight to win. I've got friends everywhere.
This Kaido is just coming back to kick my ass. We got absolutely destroyed by Kaido the other day. And honestly, it's probably going to kick our ass this time, too. That is, in fact, a Kaido. I don't know if we can beat it. Carrot Cake. They have to be a Segovia deck, right? With all this. They're almost certainly an Elspeth deck. Yeah, we could do Talon. I kind of want to build this Segovia Elspeth deck now. I do love Kaido, apparently. Yeah, but I mean, we haven't tried Goblins with the new cards, so it is somewhat interesting to see how they play out with the new cards, right? El Goblino. Is this Rush just lethal? It's got to be close, right? Nah, I believe they'll kill Krenko this game. Holy, they can make the 5/4 unblockable? Holy shit. Okay, that's kind of sick. Kaido plus Glyph is nice. What does the ultimate do? Does it matter? Creature shows coming to ship player, put on scanner, Kaido, outside creature. Whenever your player casts a display, no, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it is just lethal, right? 8, 9, 10 times 2 is 20, and then any unblocked creature is lethal. Unless they have Smite, but I can't play around Smite. So go to combat. Resolve this. Activate Krenko. And then send in the squads. And hope they don't have Smite. I mean, dude, it is kind of nice that any unblocked creature is just lethal on the spot with this. That is kind of sick. Also disgusting with Cacophony Scamp. Holy shit, I didn't think about that. Holy. Oh, they have no cards. I didn't see that. I haven't thought about Cacophony Scamp with Frontline Rush. Yeah, take 21. No big deal. I give my creature plus 20, plus 20. Is that good? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Scamp Double Strike. Frontline Rush also. Frontline Rush with the Double Striker. Is there a world where we ever want to put Frontline Rush in the Mice deck? Because it does trigger Valiant. I guess you don't really go wide enough in the Mice deck. A lot of times you just play one thing and just, like, you know, attack them with that. Yeah, probably not enough creatures. But that card is super flexible. Just a good card. Okay, some Sultai stuff going on over there. Sultai Dragons. Sultai Dragons. Sorcery speed kill spell's kind of tough. I feel like this matchup is not great because they have the Black Sweeper, the non-Dragon Sweeper. That's going to be tough. I could have sacked and proliferated the Overlord, I guess. I think I'd rather not do that. It is pretty funny, though. You can, like, mess with your domain players' Overlords. Alright, do this first. Seer Slicer over Dropkick. I thought about that. I wanted to do Seer Slicer over Dropkick until we added the Cauldrons again, because Cauldron is kind of nice with Dropkick. Holy shit. Based. 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 Oh, I didn't even think about this. That's kind of sick. Headliner Cauldron. Do snakes eat goblins? I don't actually know. I don't know if we can get somebody to confirm that. I would guess they don't, but... the Stormbird is power 3 or less, correct? I guess I still want to do it here. Because then if they don't have Stormbird this turn, I can make it a 4 next turn. Like, try to get it outside of range. Yeah, that is true. The Dragon Wrath... Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, just put them on the heavy because they can't Dragon Wrath the heavy. Cacophony Scamp. I feel like we could do something kind of cool here. All right, hear me out. Ready? Okay, let me cook a little bit. E4. You like that? That was nice, right? You like that? Oh, baby. He's seeing the lines. Okay, they're like dragons, curiosity, overlord. So evil is good. Gobakhan's good. Torch bad. And cut a bomber. Try that. Are you saying in the format or just in general? Evil is good. Mold a 5. Rot-row. Tassiger the banana guy. I vaguely remember the banana guy. I have a vague recollection. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Do. We are going to get cooked by the Dragon Wrath, though. I mean, I'm still going to cast my card, but I believe they don't have it. I believe they don't have it. What did you say to me? If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead? You can't do that. Yeah, I guess we just plan on making a dragon next turn. Although, God, if I play both of my creatures and they have the Dragon Sweeper, I do just lose the game on the spot. Because I lose my entire board and they get 6/1/1s. So, yeah, this might not have been the best idea. Not gonna lie. They don't have the Dragon Wrath, right? There's no way. That I'm okay with. Kill Hordemaster. Okay. They do make a Juan. Ooh, that's got to be good. They have a single black mana up. Could just play it slow. Make a dragon, give it haste, only attack with the dragon. Kind of bait some interaction first. Because I don't even think the rush is lethal this turn. Because if I go send everything... Yeah, they have too many blockers. So let's just do that. El Juan. They eat the dragon. Oh, because they can sack a Saproling to pump the Namada. Right. Well... Yeah, I just forgot they could do that. All right, I'll pass. Probably shouldn't have used the engineer. Dude, you think I read their cards? This is not a reading stream. I don't know if you know that. Hey, Z-Ram. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Welcome. They're an Oculus deck? What the fuck? All right, I don't know. This can't go that poorly. I'm just gonna tell them to figure it out. I'm sick of doing math. I'm just gonna make them, you know, if this combat goes poorly for me, then it wasn't meant to be. But I'll make them figure it out. So they're not blocking the Bastronauts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hmm. 12, huh? And they would lose just Saproling and Tutu. They would get, what, 2 more Saprolings? So maybe it's just better to... All right, hear me out. Pump this. I think what I might do is just pass priority. No, because if I pass priority, they just don't do anything, right? They go, eat this, trade here, this chumps, eat this. They would lose the Namada. They get a 1. You guys are forgetting that the Scamp is not going to trigger, right? You know that? The Scamp is not going to trigger. This is tough, man. This is really tough. I think I have to kill the Oculus. I gotta kill the Oculus, I think. It's just the most threatening thing on the battlefield. Yeah. So they do get to save the Namada here, because they can just sack the Saproling. Which sucks, but... Namata! It takes 6. Oh, they get so many fucking Saprolings. God damn it! And now they just get the Oculus back. Yeah, I think we're dead. I think we're actually just dead. Kind of wild. Sultai Namada. Okay. Opponent's cooking. Yeah, we just can't beat these Saprolings. Because the Namada just checks the 4/4 flyer too. They just block sack Saproling. Yeah, we're just dead. There's no point playing this one out. Alrighty. Game 3. Did they show a single... Oh, I was going to say, did they show a single basic land? They actually only have basic lands. Okay, no links. Rest in peace? I mean, I guess they're an Oculus deck, so maybe it's okay. Sheltered, not great. Barrage is probably better, right? Because we have Destroy Evil, which kills Namada and Oculus. Maybe I don't even need the barrages. I don't know, man. Would it be board in? We boarded in just the Destroy Evils and the Gobakhans. I don't think I like Gobakhan against them. I'm beginning to think they may not even be playing the Sweeper. So let's do Ditch Gobakhan. I guess we could do Sheltered. It's a pretty versatile kill spell. And then maybe one Barrage. Try that. I'm scared of Namada before I started stream today, but here we are. I mean, it's good. People forgot about Kalitas. I mean, it's not as good as Kalitas, but it's still decent. Makes a lot of bodies. Like, if you're playing enough kill spells, that card is very good. Alright, piss card coming in. I should play this first. Yeah, should play this first. Cletus! I mean, this is a nice-ass curve. Nice curve coming in. See, now they have all their tap lands. Okay, this is kind of scary, because that means it is more likely they have the Dragon, the Sweeper. And I don't like that. Not a big fan of that. That definitely concerns me a little bit. Okay, should have brought in the Lynxes, I guess. Surely the Heavy is dying. Okay. You don't want me to show? You don't want to show me your dragon? See, this game you can cast Namada. That I'm okay with. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Are they dead? Oh yeah, they're just dead. That's kind of boring. Very anticlimactic game 3, but you know. That's not how I wanted that game to go. I just want to let you know. Like I wanted there to be some more back and forth, but Voidless Sphere. Me when I play Standard. Have I found anything that plays Bargain at Standard? Rakshasa's Bargain? I've seen some domain decks play it, but I haven't seen like a dedicated Sultai deck. But I have seen Domain play it a little bit. But I haven't seen a ton of it. I will say that. Yo, proliferate the engineer counter. Ayo. Come on, please. You know, let me make a dragon? All right. I'll make a dragon. I guess that means they probably have town. Do 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 do. I'm just gonna play like this for the rest of the stream, okay? I'm trying to comment on the games, but I don't know what you want me to say. I'm trying my best. I just don't know what you want me to say. You want a dragon's deck? Not really. Nowhere to run. What if I just save the Hordemaster? I mean, they don't have another piece of interaction, right? Ooh, actually don't? Hold. Do I want a big red deck? No, not really. Not particularly, no. This does not seem like a good trade. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it all day. Do 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 do. All right, Hordemaster down. I mean, we get a trigger off of it. They didn't have this last turn, or they probably had the Fear last turn, but. What's up, Vic man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna beat them down with Soulstones. Yeah. It's my new plan. Do you think it was the right call for them to not bring back the delve mechanic in Tarkir? Well, they did, didn't they? I guess it's only on Teval, so that doesn't count. I think it's fine. I mean, here's the thing about Delve. You get into some really sticky situations with Delve. Like, I mean, for context, people who weren't playing Standard during the last time that Tarkir was around, like, the Delve cards were good, but they weren't broken, right? But there's certainly a world where there is too much graveyard, there's too much self-mill, and in that world, I think the Delve cards are kind of problematic. Wait, is this lethal? 3, 6, they go to 2. Maybe I should have attacked with the Cacophony Scamp this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to kill both your things, I think. I could put them to 2, but I don't know if that's worth it. All right, 5. Should play this. But yeah, like, I don't know. There's definitely, like, if you have enough self-mill in the format, the delve, like, there is a possibility of the delve cards being too problematic. I don't know if that necessarily would be the case with this standard format. There's a good amount of self-mill, though, like Bailmerk, and there's already a pretty good self-mill deck. The, like, the green-black graveyard deck that's top 8 at the PT. So, you know, that deck's already pretty good. This is lethal, right? Yeah, like Bailmer, Cash Grab, there is a lot of good self-mill. So it would be maybe a little bit scary. I feel like all of the mechanics were kind of misses for Constructed. I'm sure they're good for Limited, but I think they were huge misses for Constructed. Yeah, that's a good point. Harmonize was good in the Convoke deck we played during early access. That one was good. And those Harmonize cards are very good, don't get me wrong. Yeah, that is kind of true too. We're like, Authority of the Consoles is going to be legal and standard for 5 years. And they're like, well, why don't we make a mechanic that just puts a bunch of tokens into play? This hand sucks, right? Yeah, this is not good enough. I mean, it's discard Krenko if we draw Cauldron, but... like, it's weird. I think you need to put the Lynxes in this matchup, but God, they feel bad when you mulligan. I think we need to try out the Teamer Cost Reducer and a Hawk Shell. We already did that. I did that twice, actually. Once during early access, and... When did we play the Hawk deck? A couple of days ago, right? It was good, though. The Teamer cards were very good in the Hawk deck. I did like that a lot. That card is messed up, the Battle Crier. God, that card is so good. Optimistic Scavenger. See, you have a 2/2, but I also have 2/2s. Haha! You didn't see this coming. Do 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 do. We do have the Cauldron plus Headliner combo again. Man, Cauldron, Headliner, and Hordemaster. That's kind of sick. Yeah, the Teamer deck is nice. I was a big fan of that. You know what we haven't tried in a little bit? The deck that we literally made Mythic with. Why don't we try that? The, like, Abzan aggro Roadwatcher deck. Because I think I went 5-1 with it and then just never played it again. I'm down to try that again. Streamer owes the chat Segovia Elspeth. I don't know you shit. Well, I kind of do. Defeat your creature! I did say at some point we would try Segovia Elspeth. I did literally say that. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. No response, huh? Alright, I'm a little sussed out. I'm just gonna do this. Elspeth Segovia does sound kind of sick, though. Okay, this is kind of why I didn't play the Engineer. What's the best way to do this? I guess just Torch Sack Token. Because if I can't use the Headliner, because if I go Headliner counter here, I sack, I only have 2 creatures in play. Yeah, we just do it this way. Sack this, get a trigger. I think I've missed on every Hordemaster today. Never lucky. Never, ever lucky. Mobilizes a few good creatures like Headliner and Voice to make a deck around them. See, you would think that, Creepy 2 Beams, you would think that. And we tried a version of, like, we tried a deck that had all of the mobilized cards, and the conclusion that I came to was it was just a worse version of Boros Convoke. Like, you're doing a lot of the same things, but you just have a much, much lower card quality, and you're less explosive. Now, maybe you could say, okay, well, maybe you want to play Headliner and Voice in the Boros Convoke deck, but building around Mobilize, I don't think is a good idea. Sun Pearl Kieran. Sure. So they're gonna kill the Hordemaster. Okay. Hordemaster down. Now you want to hit a spell, huh? Of course you want to hit a spell now. I guess I'll just target this. It's 6. It's gonna be a close one. Oh wait, it's until the end of the next turn? Let's go! Forgot about that. It's my favorite deck to use in Standard Ranked right now. I mean, if I'm just trying to win, certainly Pixie. Pixie is by far and away the best deck. Okay, they won't play anymore. And that's the problem. It's like, you're not allowed to put 3-mana cards in your deck that don't have an impact in the battlefield. And that's kind of the whole problem with the format, right? It's like, oh, that doesn't make red mana. I knew that. I definitely knew that. But yeah, that's the problem with the format, is like, the terms of engagement force you to play in such this, like, extremely hyper efficient manner. You're not allowed to put, 3 and 4 mana perp, and it's like, yeah, you can't play this card. I mean, it's good because I'm not playing Pixie, but yeah, Monument's pretty bad against town too. The siege is slow. Yeah, the siege was not fantastic. I would probably just cut the siege and play more copies of World Leader's Call. But Call is really good with the mobilized cards. Golgari has a good Pixie matchup. Me when I lie on the internet? Do you have stats to prove this? Eight Pint, thank you for the 19-month resub. I'm going to be honest with you, the only deck that even has a chance against Pixie is anything playing red. Like, that's it. That's all you get. Oh, fuck. It takes my Hordemaster? God damn it! Well, the issue with Temp Lockdown against Pixie is they just bounce your lockdown end of turn, you know? Dude, I cannot beat this Preacher. I was talking shit about the Preacher the whole time, but I literally can't beat it. Actually can't beat it. It's a lot of mono black decks. Is this deck supposed to have a good Pixie matchup, by the way? Like, the deck that's playing Archfiend of the Dross and Unholy Annex? Like, I can't imagine so. We're getting rinsed by it, but... they won't kill my Krenko, right? They would never do that. I find it very, very hard to believe this deck has a good Pixie matchup. No, I'm saying the mono black deck. We've played against mono black a couple times today. I guess mono black is good against red, maybe. Yeah, Voice is fantastic. I do agree. Voice is quite a good card. That's like easily the best part of that deck. You can only town so many things. You usually only have to town the first thing they tap out for, and they just die on the spot. Like 7, 8. I'm just dead. Like, it's not pretty, but we have to do it this way, I think. I'm at the Ocho. The Ocho. I'm out. Yeah, ESPN 8 the Ocho. I got some Destroy Evils. Surely this person has the what you call it, the 2/3 that comes back. Slasher. I'm gonna keep the torches because they probably have Slasher. But I mean, I guess the answer is maybe you just like play less of those cards and like reconfigure your deck in this weird way. Peppo Lich, thank you for the 4 months. Somebody was talking to me about Corey Steel Cutter and Rakdos Sacrifice. And the headliner is probably good too. And you could do like Headliner, Cutter, Spiteful Hexmage, Hopeless Nightmare, Disturbing Mirth as kind of like the base of your deck. It sounds kind of appealing, doesn't it? We could try something like that. But Cutter in Sacrifice sounds nice because it just gives you free material to sack. And the Sacrifice deck wants to play a lot of 1-drops for Cutter anyways. And you have Disturbing Mirth to draw more cards to trigger Cutter more reliably. Might be something there. This curve is nice. I haven't played Sacrifice in a while. We could try that. Is there anything else in the new set that that would be good in Rakdos Sacrifice? Dude, I can't beat that card. You already know that. I already told you before that I couldn't beat it. Post-combat Krenko. Oh, I'm on 3 speed. Right. I forgot that I was on 3 speed. Yeah, no, this is good. As it turns out, we actually can beat the Krenko. It's actually pretty easy. They don't have a sweeper, right? Come on, you wouldn't have a sweeper, would you? This can make goblins. This can make 13 mana. Make a 4/4, kill this, kill that Preacher. Was that a good turn? All right. Look, if you can beat this, good beats, you know. Bottom, go. I feel like that was an okay turn. I mean, Damnation's not in the format, so I don't even know what sweeper they could have. Ding, 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 ding. Hold. Yeah, but what sweeper could they even have, you know? Like, of all the black sweepers that cost 3 or 4 mana, what one even does anything there? -2/-2. We get to keep the heavies and the Krenko and the dragon. The dragon sweeper, -2/-2. Again, same thing. Yeah, there's like nothing they could even have there, right? This hand is just staring at me. Was it call time? Stare. You guys like these lands, by the way? I kind of like them. I mean, there's simply just a land on top of my deck. Inshallah, there is a land on top of my deck. That's not a land. It said good game. Does that mean they also kept a one-lander? Haha! I'm just gonna double one drop. I mean, they didn't have a sweeper last game, right? You like the Aether Drift full art so much better? It's not a terrible take, right? We could do a poll, yeah. Mods? I don't have mods. You think there's mods in this channel? Even if there is, they're sleeping, I can guarantee it. Can I play Jeskai Revelation in my blue-white deck? Nah, I don't want to do that. Ooh. Self-mill deck. I really hope they're playing the Avenger. I love that card so much. I've been trying to build a deck with that card. The 2/4. The 2/4 is dope. Avenger of the Fallen. Mod spotted. Yeah, Tree's probably busy though, if I had to guess. Doing tree things. Yeah, making oxygen, who does that? What a weirdo. I mean, they just can't beat this, right? Going wide. Going wide, Joel. The widest of Joels. God, this Howlsquad Heavy card is pretty good. Not gonna lie. They got the shittin' Gravestalker. They do be shittin'. I'm about to shit. I'm about to shit in... I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna finish that. We're gonna cut it there. We're gonna go ahead and stop there about that. What'd they do? They killed my heavy. Not my bus. I needed the bus, man. Like I said, I wasn't gonna go there. It's 3005. The song is so good. Souls of the Lost. You're at 9. 3, 4, 5. Am I one short? Oh no, the Cauldron kills them, right? Exacxies. 3, 4, 5. So block here, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5 is 9. Right? I think we're good. Exacxies. God, the Rush is so good in this deck. Every single time I've drawn this card, it's been insane. It's like, you're playing 7 Lords, so 2 mana for 2 bodies is good. And frequently it's just, like, most of the time, it's just, if you have a single unblocked creature, your opponent dies on the spot. Yeah, the Rabblemaster card is good too. Alright, green-black graveyard. I got some rips for you. And I guess Sheltered and Destroyable are both pretty good. Probably want both of those. Get the torches out of here. I don't know. Do you want to keep in Torch against them? They have Vermin, Molt Tender, and Cenote Scout. None of those are super appealing to kill with Torch, though. I guess the Tender is. But I don't know. Guess it's good against this, too. Kinda. I kind of don't want it, though. Feels too narrow. And then we do... we have Cauldron's main deck, too. I forgot about that. And then we can cut... one of you. And one of you. You're kind of slow. Is War Leader too slow? See, I am of the opinion that War Leader's Call is probably worse than Dropkick Bomber. I don't know if I'm 100% correct on that, but honestly, the main reason that I want the main reason I want Bomber over War Leader's Call is just for the simple fact that it's a creature for Cauldron, and the activated ability comes up quite a bit. And, like, there's just a lot of spots where you have speed 4 heavy gummed up board, and you just go tap your heavy for, 10 mana or whatever. Bomber, all of your stuff has flying, they're dead, So, it's close, though. I think they're both reasonable. I don't want to sequence this. Kind of want to just do Hordemaster now. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I think if you're not playing Cauldrons, then it makes more sense to play War Leaders over Bomber. But with the Cauldrons, I think the Bombers make a lot more sense. And I think the whole Cauldron Greasewrench package is decent. Because it just gives you... I feel like it just gives you a much higher ceiling. It's kind of the way that I think about it. Not killing the Hordemaster, huh? Okay, I can't kill that card. Legitimately cannot kill that card. Alright, well, heavy. Yeah, Krenko, maybe? It's not the best. I guess that maybe could kill the souls. Now would be a really good time for a rest in peace. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, that's not bad either. You can probably send everything because we can just rush. We can rush whatever the souls blocks. They have 2 creatures, so I guess they could have a Remorse, but this is fine. Because even if they have Remorse, they're taking so much damage. 2, 4, 6, 7, 13. Yeah, I'll just pump the heavy. Two mana, give my creature +6/+6. It's not bad. That card is so good. Frontline Rush, baby. Frontline Rush. Yeah, not sure about the headliner, but Rush alone is like makes this deck a contender. I think this is by far the best Rush deck that I've played. Even I think it might be better in this deck than it is in Boros Convoke. Because again, you have that really awkward tension in Boros where you have too many non-creature spells between Rush, Siege, Lethal Demolition, Case, and you just don't have enough room to play all of those cards. So it just ends up being kind of awkward. Yeah, the Rush is just nuts. Part of the reason that I think it's much better in this deck than the Convoke decks is that the creature type matters so much when you're playing 7 Lords and Krenkos. Yeah, this deck's good. I mean, unsure about some of the numbers here, like 2 Scamp, 2 Greasewrench, 2 Cauldron, 3 Headliner. Those are kind of the flex spots. Everything else pretty clean, though. You know, Bashtronaut, Torch, Hordemaster, Rush, Heavy, Krenko. It's a good deck.